Good morning, or can I say good morning, good day to you. This is Kim Watson speaking. I'm just literally recording Friday's live trading. Now it's 8:23. I'm not going to be trading for a little while. I've just looking through these markets. I'm going to just run you very briefly over the markets, but you can always look at my daily outlook, which really gives you much more analysis. For now, though, key factors I've just got to show you here is this. Dollar index. We see we're just running up to double tops on this, and it's quite a key area. Then before, I don't expect the dollar index to run back quite the same way as it did last time from these highs, but there certainly is some intervention coming in to try and ensure swap rates, etc., are working. So at this stage, we're seeing the dollar pulling back from this double top at the moment, so that's the dollar index. What I'm looking at though is two currencies, and this morning I'm focusing on, as ever, is for my morning trades or my day trades. I tend to focus more on the euro and the pound. Here's the euro. I'm going to just switch this across now to, we can see it on a 60-minute chart, because this is what I'm really working off of. Now it has run into its 60-minute 50. This might roll now. I've got a line. I'm just going to bring you down to my 5-minute chart, and there's the line that's running across the lows there. A break below that level, I'm going to be bearish. At the moment, I'm still thinking there's more liquidity going to be pumped into this, and we may see a push through. So that's what I'm looking there. The pound, I'm waiting for a retrace on. Simple as that. It's not retracing sufficient. It hasn't even got back to its 8 o'clock pivot. So that's where I sit at the moment. I will update this video as I go through the morning. So looking at this euro dollar, and we've got a lower high coming in here, just coming towards my point. Now the pound has actually slipped down about 50 pips already, over 50 pips this morning, 100 pips. Crikey, it's diving down at the moment. I was looking on the pound as being my potential long opportunity. This euro is a bit slower moving down, but I should just I'm going to ticket ready on this euro. So I have a ticket ready now. Looking at it in terms of near-term supports and everything going on here, I don't know. Mr. Greedy goes down to 107 or more. There may be a two targets here that I'm looking at. Just got to be a bit careful at the shorter term support. So fingers. I'm initially just going to put a 25 pip stop on this and then readjust it as I need to. So it might not be enough. So just looking at preparing to short. Getting ready, in fact. So you just got to be a bit careful, because this is quite a key trend line here, sitting at the lows. There'll be a few traders looking at it off the 60-minute time frame. 60-minute 8 is just sitting there as well, so just being a bit patient. So it's got writing around where the level is there. I had to use a different trend line. Let's just push it up there, get it out of the way. There we go. So just waiting. So I could have probably taken an earlier entry into this, just looking at what's going. As I said earlier, it's got a lower high coming through here, but just being a bit patient. But it has off this trend line, it's had quite a bit of support. A finger is poised, looking to sell around about the 60 mark. It will be. 60.50, is it 60.50 here? Yeah, so sorry, someone's just yeah, it was the first touch of the 60.50 this came from earlier on. I've been a bit patient, just waiting to see what happens, because it may be the first touch and it's been such a long time, it may just pull back and then continue moving up. So just pausing this daily video for a moment. I think patience should be my middle name here. It's hanging in there, hanging in there at this stage. We'll see. It as I said, this seems to be quite a key support level, a trend line. It may eventually roll. It's nothing worse than getting in it too early though, just to be in it and then watching it go up 20 or 30 pips, particularly in this current market. So what we've done there is gone short at 106. It says, looking at the right number there, 107.60. So short at 107.60. Got a 25 pip stop on this, so it's not a massive stop on here, but I am wary of any potential bounce off here. But then looking at targets, I'm actually looking down at the if I can get rid of this pen, I'm just switched to a 34 chart here. I was just looking at this rising 34, so I may take half of the position out of this and then run half down towards 107.57. I think I've just typed up on my system there, so that's where there we are at 106.57. So pretty much down towards these lows from yesterday. So that's what I'm looking at now. I will be quite aggressive for some of this as it moves down, but we'll see what happens. As I say, I want to take half, ideally at that 34ish area, and then let half run, but I will move the stop aggressively behind things. So that's where we stand at the moment. Okay, so just taking half here. I've just taken half out of the position. Hit my first target ish. Well, it looked like it had anyway, so that's good enough for me. First target out. It's a fast moving old funny days, and what I may do is start aggressively moving the stop down. Currently sitting at 25 pips. I'm going to cut that down to 10 pips, so changing to a 10 pip stop. So it still gives it some wiggle room, and leave the final target now at 0657. So job done there. We can't lose any money on the trade, and we'll just leave it to roll now. Okay, so just looking at this current position, we've obviously taken out half the position into the hourly 34, the 34 moving average, 30-minute 34. I've taken a half position out, just moving the stop down now to break even. There's no need for us to be if this is going to go up and continue for the afternoon, which is a possibility, of course. No need to be giving back another 10 pips of that, so it just sort of locks in a better position overall. So this is where we're sitting at the moment. So we'll see how this works out or doesn't, as the case may be. As I say, may push up. I did, when I was looking at the morning outlook, consider the potential for it to sort of bounce off this sort of pivot area and maybe push on at one stage, but as I say, low high didn't really, it wasn't a clean move straight down. It was a sort of choppy move then down, so changed the dynamics of the move. But as I say, we'll watch what's happening this afternoon. The pound has just run through the neighbouring currency here, and this is sort of doing it pulled back down very quickly, a little retracement, sold off, but then has chopped largely for most of the morning here, and well, down again, and well, we could be seeing further downside. The pound is into its 30-minute 21. If I just go to the 30-minute, I use 30 minutes quite a lot intraday. just it seems like a decent compromise. A lot of price action actually comes off the 60, and then I'm trading back with a 30, but this is sort of hit its 21. I'm still erring on the bullish side of the pound, and may look at some stage as we get into the afternoon of a long position onto the pound. The euro, as I said here, coming back to this, it's not as positive looking as the pound, although we'll see. 30-minute wise, it's just getting another little rally here. Is it diverging? No. If anything, it's got sort of weak signals in there, so I'm quite happy sitting in that position and see if it rides its way back south and hits our bigger target there. Okay, back on pause for now. Okay, so just bought the pound dollar here with a 25 pip stop, looking for a move of the pound back up towards its highs there. At the moment I've got a stop loss at, as I say, 25 pips. I've got the target sitting there at 1877 at the moment. That'll probably be fine enough. The euro's just stopped out, it broke even the second half, so okay, let's see how this runs. Okay, sorry, just looking at euro here. Let's just switch you back to cable and looking at I think with cable it's came off its 30-minute 21. Didn't really want to be buying in at that point. It's subsequently put in a pivot swing there on the 30-minute time frame. It's got scope, as I said. We're into the position anyway. It's just having a bit of a retrace here. Might just stop us out. We're in below this 5-minute 521. I didn't want to put a massive stop on this. If this just turns against me, it turns against me. It's relatively it's started pushing it to put the higher low in there, so if it's going to roll here, maybe it'll roll over altogether. The euro's rolling backwards quite strongly here, but had greater thoughts in terms of potential for the as I say, the pound to push on there, but not quite kicking off yet, but we'll see. Okay, so just was stopped out actually here on the pound here, so smaller position at 3/5 of a position. It's and it stops just caught me out there, so was looking to see if it reset. It was sitting into this short-term moving average, but I think I may just leave it for now. Up on the day overall. I'll give you a summary later, but where we are, but all in all, I'm going to leave this alone, I think, for now. This off. Okay, so I'm going to bring this day's trading to a close here. Just looking at what happened here with the pound, I did, as I say, pitched in on a longer position up here, but looking for a further upside to the earlier morning highs there. Not happened so far. In terms of stop placement, you always question your stop. I say always. You should always question your stops. You should question everything you do, the good wins and the losses, to make sure you're doing the best thing to your trading. Got nipped out on this earlier pit hit, well, just slightly as it just ran into the 21, just through it a little bit. Stopped my. If I'd put the stop back here, the next obvious low there, well, it would have been stopped anyway for, as I said just now, for around about a 50 pip stop instead of a 25 pip stop, so probably doubled the size of the loss there. The thing is, on days like this, you're looking to try and salvage what you can salvage out of the market. Yes, I didn't. You could say, well, why did you take it long on the pound? Well, because it was setting up nicely and looking good on at least 2 or 3 different time frames, so that's why. And when the sun's shining, you've got to take advantage of it. Now the sun, obviously the cloud came over for that period, and it's gone quite bitty here, but it was looking like we were having bounced quite nicely off that 30-minute 21. Looks good for the reasoning for further upside, and it may still do. The only thing is it's getting a bit choppy, and it's a bit rich in terms of stops. So I'd already, because it's going against the bigger trend, already had reduced the size of the position. So that's as far as I was willing to do on that. The euro, well, the euro's not really, well, it clipped me out on that retracement up there. The question is it done for the day, or is it going to go down and hit that original target? Just pull this into show so you can see what the original target was down here. Is that going to get hit? We got in. We took the first target roughly where my line is here. Actually, there was a reasonably good target to be had there. Overall, it's not done it yet. Now this could go back up either way at this stage, and I'm quite happy just sitting here. Net position, let me just bring in my little drawing tool there. I've just taken a snippet of so based on a 5 contract full size here, position, there's the initial position, netted 21. It hit 42 pips on the first part of the position I took out. Second part got stopped at break even, fractionally 0.2 less actually, but anyway, around about break even. So that netted 21 pips on that first trade. Second trade here, smaller position, just went with 2/3, 2/3 or 3/5 even. Stopped there almost straight away at minus a net of bearing in on a full size position of minus 15. So overall, in terms of money made, plus 6 points for the day. As I stop this recording here, not a great day. It's not a loss. It's an awkward situation to be trading in. Some people, some people find it easier than others. I'm finding it sort of pretty jumbled at the moment, so that's where it is. Some of the time you're completely in tune and it all works off nicely. Other times it's chopping around, and I think you've just got to protect what you can sometimes. So there we are. That's Friday's live trading. Have a great weekend. Catch you next week.